Now we are going to have lesson 12. Lesson 12 is present perfect. Our discussion will cover the form of the present perfect. The form can be in the positive, negative, and interrogative. Then we are also going to talk about the en form. The present perfect use the en form, and the en form may change. And then we have common adjuncts of time, which occurs with the present perfect. And finally, we'll talk about usage of present perfect. And the usage can cover the extended action, a past action with the current result, and experience. So these are the three things which a present perfect shows. Now, let's start with the form. The present perfect tense is actually a combination of tense, present, and aspect perfect. So in fact, we don't have a specific tense of present perfect. This is a combination of tense and aspect. By definition, tense is a verb form which shows the relation between the moment of speaking and the time of an action or state. So a tense is the verb form which shows the connection between the speaking, the moment of speaking, and the time of the action or state. And then aspect is the form which shows the duration or completion of the action or state. So whether the action is still going on or is extended or is completed. That's aspect. And then the form of the present perfect is have and stem plus en. The forms and the positions of have depend on the sentence subject. So what the subject of the sentence is, and the status of the sentence, whether it's positive, negative, or interrogative. Now let's start with the positive sentence. A sentence in the positive, in the present perfect, has the have as the auxiliary verb and the en form. The en form here is also called the past participle verb. It's called past participle. So a positive sentence in the present perfect has the auxiliary verb have and the verb in the en form. The forms of the verb have are have and has. Have is used if the subject is I, we, you, they, or any noun or phrase which can be substituted with a pronoun. So if you say John and I, it becomes we. If we have you and your friends, it's you. If you have Mary and her sister, then they can be substituted with they. And okay, they have, and therefore we have for Mary and her sister, you and your friends, and also John and I. That we have we. And we have. And then we have has, which is used if the subject is he, she, it, or any other noun which can be substituted with a pronoun. So if we have John, it can be substituted with he, and the predicate is has. If you have Mary, then we have she, and we have has. The term en form is used because many irregular verbs in the past participle ends with en. So we also call the verb the en form because we have many past participle verbs which end with en. We have broken, chosen, driven, given, taken, and written. Here we have a typo, is to be chosen. So we call this the en form because we have many verbs in English which ends with the en, broken, chosen, driven, given, taken, written, shaken, which we use for the present perfect. And then we have the positive, the examples, Mary has taken the book. You have has here because Mary is she. I have answered your letter. You have I have here. And then John has broken the rule again. John has broken the rule again. This is John and you have has over here. And the police have arrested the murderer. Here the police is always plural and therefore we use have here. The police have arrested the murderer. They have contacted me. Yes, the police have contacted me, showing that they have arrested the murderer. Have here is used because we have they over here. So once again, we have has for a singular third person like Mary or first person like I. John has, I have, but the place which is plural have and they have. Then we have a negative sentence. A negative sentence in the present perfect has not after the verb have. So we have not and have not. The verb have and not can be written as haven't, have not over here. So we can write with have not, or we can also contract them and becomes haven't or hasn't. Both are possible, have not or haven't or hasn't. For example, for a sentence in the negative, we have I have not finished my assignment or I haven't finished my assignment. Brenda has not answered Brenda has not answered the letter. Or we can also say Brenda hasn't answered the letter. So both are the same. Brenda hasn't, Brenda has not. The show has not started. Here has not, and we can also say the show hasn't started. In formal written usage, however, the non-contracted form is preferable. So if we write, it's better if we write with the have not or has not rather than the contracted haven't and hasn't. Then we have the interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence in the present perfect has the verb have before the subject. So here we have the inversion. We put have before the subject. The sentence can be both positive and negative. So we can have a positive interrogative sentence and a negative interrogative sentence. We have you got a new job? So have here is put before the subject you. Have you got a new job? And has the class begun? Here we have has before the subject the class. Have the students not gone back to class? So we have the students not. And we can also say haven't the students gone back to class? Haven't the students gone back to class? So they are the same. Have the students not, or haven't the students gone back to class? Well, when we talk, I think we better say haven't the students gone back to class, but in written form, formal language, the or have and the separate one is preferable. Then if have and not are not contracted, only have is moved. So here, because we don't have the contraction have and not over here, therefore have here only have moved, but not does not. We do not say have not the students, but we say haven't the students gone back to class. Now let's see the common adjuncts of time for the present perfect. Some adjuncts of time often occur with the present perfect. There are recently, for, and since. For shows duration which extends to the present. So shows a duration it starts in the past and is still going on now. So it's more a unit of time. And then since shows the starting point in the past which extends to the present. So it started in the past and it's still going on now. Let's see how they are used. You have I have been very busy recently. You have I've been very busy recently. Here recently. Recently usually goes with present perfect. Fred has waited for you almost 1 hour. Here for almost an hour is the length of time, the unit of time. So for here is used with the present perfect. For almost an hour, 30 minutes, yeah, almost 60 minutes. And then he has slept for 2 hours. For 2 hours. Here he started sleeping about 2 hours ago, and now he is still sleeping. Therefore, we say he has slept for 2 hours. I have taught since 1981. So the first time I taught is in 1981, and now I'm still teaching. It's a point in the past, 1981, and is still going on up to now. We have not met since you left Indonesia. So this one is in the past. The starting time is when you left Indonesia, and after now probably we have not met. We haven't met since you left Indonesia. Okay, and now let's continue with the usage. The first is extended action. The present perfect is used to show an extended action. The action starts in the past and is still going on now. For example, I have worked for 4 hours. So I started working 4 hours ago and now I'm still working. I have worked for 4 hours. The show has lasted for 30 minutes. Again, here it started 30 minutes ago and now the show is still going on. The show has lasted for 30 minutes. Extended action. They have lived together. They have lived together now. They still live together in the same house. Now we have the effect producing action. So the action is completed in the past, but the effect is still can be seen now. The present perfect is also used to show an effect producing action. The action was completed in the past, but the effect is still present or can be seen now. In the first slide, I think in the second slide, I call that the present past action with the current effect, current result. Here we have bought the house. So the buying of the house is in the past, but the effect can still be seen now. And the effect is that we can stay comfortably now. We don't need to think about the where do we want to stay, or we do not need to think about the rent because we have bought the house. So the buying is in the past, but the result, the effect can be seen or is still present now. The family has moved to New York. So the moving is in the past, it's finished, and she's not here anymore, but the result can still be seen now. And the result is you cannot meet them here because he has moved, or the family has moved to New York. This is the result. You cannot meet them here. And the students have finished their work. So they have not working anymore. They have finished their work. Probably the finishing on the time, the last time they doing the homework was like half an hour ago, and it's completed. And the result is that they can enjoy the time now. So this is the second reason for the use of the present for the use of the present perfect. The next is experience, and this is the third reason for the use of the present perfect. Experience. Here the sentence shows that the sentence shows an experience. The sentence shows that the person, the sentence subject, has ever experienced the action. The time is not important, whether it's completed or not, it's not important, and the most important is that the experience is there. Here we have been to Italy. So this is an experience. We have been to Italy. I have seen this movie. It's in the past, the connection to the now is not important, but the experience that we have seen the film is important here. It just emphasizes the experience. Linda has got married once. Now she's a widow, but she has got married once. This is an experience. Whether the action or state has any result or not, or whether the action or state is still going on now, is not important. The experience is what the sentence shows. Okay, and that's all. Thank you very much.